Ladies and gentlemen, Marvel Rivals is saved. Today we got the Season 4 balance changes, or the patch notes, whatever you want to call them. And in this video we're going to be looking at them, talking about the changes, what they mean for certain characters, and how this might play into the meta. But like always, thank you so much for 20,000 subscribers. So we're pushing now for 50,000, so make sure to hit that like button, and make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel and you're coming back anyways. But regardless, I hope you sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So kicking things off with our Vanguard section for these patch notes, we have Captain America. Now, Cap's damage output is getting a slight downgrade. They removed his team up anchor bonus of 5% damage boost, which is, I guess, fine. Doesn't really do anything too much to him, in my opinion. He's still fine. His survivability is still there. He does a little less damage, but overall, fine change. Now, Doctor Strange, they're reducing his Maelstrom of Madness cooldown from 8 to 6 seconds. This is your E ability. So you're going to be able to do a lot more burst damage now. Hopefully you're not getting anti-healed anymore. But they are reducing a base health from 600 to 575, which is actually a decent change in my opinion. This is very interesting. So they're making him be able to do more damage, but they're decreasing his HP. That's very interesting. So Emma Frost, they're increasing her diamond form cooldown from 15 seconds to 18, which is actually a massive change in my opinion. You're probably not going to be able to get 2 grabs now. Then they're reducing the telepathic pulse energy gains when hitting shields from 10 seconds to 5 seconds. So they're not really doing anything to her damage. They're just making her survivability a little bit less. I mean, I guess it's fine. They could have done something a little bit better, but whatever. So Penny, Spider Drone new effect now slows hit enemies by 8% for 2 seconds. Each hit stacks the effect and resets the slow period, stacking up to 40%. And they reduce the Spider Drone release interval during ultimate from 0.7 to 0.5. Decent change. So the God of Thunder for Thor increased the movement speed during the ultimate from 600 seconds to 700 speed. I think this is a good change. Then after ultimate ability lands, stun surrounding enemies for 1 second. I think that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Overall, some decent changes to the Vanguards. They could have gone a little bit heavier, in my opinion, to the Emma Frost changes. Mainly just her damage in general of her beam is the issue. So they kind of missed on Emma Frost, but I think the compensation nerfs were fine. Penny's is nice. Thor is nice, in my opinion. Doctor Strange is fair. Captain America is fine. I'm surprised they didn't touch Magneto, which is shocking. He's definitely a necessary evil, but they do need to tweak his damage numbers of his primary and secondary attack. So moving on to our duelist section, we have Black Panther. They reduced the bonus health gained when striking vibranium-marked enemies with Spirit Rend from 30 to 25, and they reduced the base health from 300 to 275. Now, you have to remember that he's also getting a new team-up where he literally gets a Hulk bubble, so we'll have to see how that plays. The change is a little interesting. I don't know if it was necessarily needed. Yeah, I don't know. So Blade, they're increasing the Ancestor Sword damage per single slash from 22 damage to 24. I don't know the actual base numbers of Blade. I don't know if this is a good enough buff or not. But I think slowly buffing this character is okay because of what his kit can actually do. So that's fine to me. For Magic, they're removing the Team Up Anchor bonus, which was the dimensional shortcut, 15% damage boost. They're reducing the charge time required for Magic slash maximum damage to 1.8 seconds to 1.2. So this is a buff. Magic slash new effect projectile now pierces enemies and reduces stepping disc cooldown by 1 second per enemy pierce. This is a good buff. Increase Soul Sword damage from 65 to 75, good buff. Increase Elder Rich World damage from 45 to 50. Increase Damage Rage 18 to 20. Increase melee normal damage from 30 to 40. And during the Dark Child ability, increase World single hit damage from 35 to 45 and Umbral Incursion damage from 135 to 140. So a huge magic buff in my opinion. Look, the numbers might not seem like a lot. This is 10 damage, 5 damage, 2 damage, 10 damage. To me, these are insane numbers. If you get a really good Magic player on your team, like they should be able to wreck house now. So Moon Knight. Moonblade, oh my god, words are hard, now holds up to 2 charges, which is his right click, I'm pretty sure. Each taking 6 seconds to recharge, so, I don't know, just not needed at all for Moon Knight. So Psylocke. Decrease the retrieve damage of wind shurikens per hit from 12 to 8. Was that 4? 4 damage? Maybe it might change some kill thresholds, but we'll see. So Scarlet Witch can now be healed by teammates during Mystic Projection. That's the shift. Increase! Huh! Okay. So now you actually have to, like... So Emma Frost no longer survives her ult. New effect. Now pulls in nearby enemies within 50 meters radius during cast charge. Max pull speed up to 2.4 meters a sec. Wait, what? Oh, is this for her ultimate? So he, like, sucks people in? I mean, that's pretty cool. I think adding this definitely makes her a little bit more viable. But I think Scarlet Witch is one of those characters that if they buff too heavily will, like, this be super annoying. Squirrel Girl, they reduce the burst acorn damage from 110 to 100, increase the hit damage of Squirrel Blockade from 35 to 50, and increase the Memo Bond cooldown from 10 to 15 seconds. I don't know why they're really changing Squirrel Girl. Maybe she's an issue in lower elo and quick play. You don't really see her ever picked in high elo. So I'm not really sure what the Squirrel Girl change is about. Maybe because she has a high pick rate, I can't say for certain. So Bucky is getting a handy improvement to his close quarters control. Trooper's Fist new effect. Second straight now applies a 1 second debuff to enemies hit, preventing them from using mobile abilities. Okay, so Bucky's getting another buff. That's wonderful. Great game. The fact that they didn't touch Hela and Phoenix is a little bit interesting. I like that they touched Magic to be a little bit more playable now. I do like that. The Blade buff is definitely needed. Black Panther nerf, a little questionable. Moon Knight buff, I don't think it was needed. Psylocke nerf, definitely needed. Scarlet buff, I think is fine. Squirrel Girl nerf, I don't think it was needed. Winter Soldier nerf, or Winter Soldier buff, not necessarily needed at all. But overall, some decent changes. A good start for Season 4, and in my opinion at least. Nothing over the top or crazy. Some seem a little silly, but overall pretty solid. Now we come to the strategist section. This is the make or break section in my opinion. So Invisible Woman, Sue Storm's control and ultimate abilities just got more fantastic. Increase the slow effect to enemies passing through the Guardian Shield, which is her her right click, from 30% to 35%. Increased invisible boundary ultimate ability healing per second from 165 to 180. Wait, I thought it was already at 180. Wait, that's like crazy. That's insane. I thought it was already 180. So yeah, buffing this is like has to be done. That's insane. And then new effect slows enemies within range by 20%. So enemies inside of the boundary will be slowed by 20%. I like this change. It makes Invisible Woman a little bit more viable now, because mainly all you saw in low elo, in my opinion, to high elo, and quick play honestly was this Luna Loki. So I think having this definitely makes her a little bit more playable now. Jeff the Landshark, its Jeff ultimate ability now leaves an 8-meter radius healing pool at the point of activation that heals allies within range by 100 a second. Healing pool lasts for 8. That's pretty cool. I like that. So wherever you activate it, this is a cool change. Jeff might get played more. People say like everybody hates on Jeff, but I think this is a cool change, honestly. Like now he has a little bit more of a healer ult. I understand why they never really wanted to add it, because it'd just be like copy paste of all the other healers having a healing ult. But I think this is cool. So Loki, this is a big one. Reduce illusions damage and healing ratio from 100% to 80%. This is the clones. And then the reduced God of Mischief's ultimate ability shapeshift period from 15 to 12 seconds. Okay. Of using an active duration ability, Luna Snow's ultimate ability, for example, they reduce this shapeshift residual period after the ability ends from 5 to 3 seconds. So after your Luna Snow ult ends as Loki, you're going to transform back to Loki a lot faster. Luna Snow. Ultimate ability duration is going to cool down. See, we do nerf her. That's funny. Nice one, Guangguan. That was a little bit funny. Reduce Veda Both Worlds ultimate ability duration from 12 to 10 seconds. I mean, even though it's a little bit of a nerf, I think the character will still be played a lot. It is a step in the right direction in my opinion, so I think it's fine. Mantis, movement boost from nature's favor now decays to 0 over 2 seconds after being hit instead of instantly disappearing. Guess that's fine. Ultron, ultimate ability no effect. Deals 125% damage to bonus health. Wait, what? So you just one-tap people with bonus? What? That's fine, I guess. I don't know. I have to see how it plays in game to be 100% certain how good it is or how bad it is. But overall, for the strategist changes, the big ones to look at is Invisible Woman. The Loki one is definitely a big one as well. I have to test the damage numbers when I get access to Ultron with his ult. The Mantis one is alright. The Jeff one is cool. I think Jeff's a little bit more useful now to his team. The Loki one was definitely needed, like I said. Luna Snow was definitely needed. I think they could have done a little bit more to this character besides just ability duration. I'm talking like damage, healing, everything else. But this is a step into the right direction, I think, of trying to get rid of her, or not get rid of her, but trying to nerf her. Now we move on to our team up section. And like always, let me know what you think about all the changes going on for Marvel Rivals Season 4 down in the comments below. I'm always interested to hear your thoughts. But anyways, team up section. So team up abilities. Divine Armory with Angela and Thor. As a team up anchor, Angela gains 100 health. Thor gains the new Thunderstrike Pike ability from his team up. Pretty cool. We saw that in the trailer for her and for the dev talk. So Arcane Order, Magic joins the order and unlocks the new Magical Chain of ability. It's an interesting ability. I need to see how this plays. It might be kind of strong. Dimensional Shortcut is gone. Gamma Charge Hulk. So Black Panther joins the Gamma Fund and gains the Gamma Vibranium armor ability through his team. So he gets a mini Hulk bubble, which is interesting. Then Arcane Order. Looks like the Arcane Magic is getting a bit weaker for Scarlet Witch. It reduces Sorcery Surge explosion damage upon hit from 12 to 6. I'm not really sure. No one really plays Scarlet, so I'm not really sure what this change is about. I think it's... I don't know. That's a weird change. This one is a little odd to me. I'm glad they're getting rid of Dimensional Shortcut, but I wish they would change the other ones as well. This might be really strong, in my opinion. Divine Armor looks cool. Overall, I mean, I guess they're fine team-up abilities. But yeah, like I previously said, let me know what you think about these changes in the comments down below. I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to say about some of these changes. Is it good, or is it a step in the right direction, or were they bad? Let me know. And like always, I'll have a link to the actual patch notes in the description and in the pinned comment if you want to look at it for yourself. But anyways, I hope you have a great and safe day, and I'll catch you in the next one.